you?
Good, how are you?
Good. How was your day?
Pretty good.
Yeah. How was your class this year?
Well, I really like them. They're all really bright, and I just enjoy having them.
How's your schedule? Busy. Same old, same old. It's good though. I really enjoy it. It's got lots of great kids.
Good.
So yeah, I wanted to meet with you though about Jimmy. I know he's been kind of struggling in math, and I was going to kind of get, your ideas or I don't know your point and think of it. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Jimmy has been struggling in math, and I just really, I don't know. I know there's been the idea of the calculators, and I just don't know if I really support that because my grading policy is on accuracy and problem solving, and I think that he should be treated just like all the other kids.
Okay. So what you're saying is you really don't think the calculator is necessary for Jimmy?
Right. I mean, I feel like he should be tested just as every other student. So,
Well, and Jimmy is very bright in other areas, right?
right.
From what I understand. Okay. Well, I guess my viewpoint on the calculator, or the reason that I thought that might work for Jimmy, is because I do think that him being bright in other areas shows that it must just be math specific. So if it's something that he's still struggling at in the grade he's in now, maybe we just need to give him the tools he needs to make that a life skill and learn how to do it at some point. As long as he's understanding how, I guess the way I look at it is as long as he's understanding how to do the functions and what functions to use in those areas, the calculator is a tool that would help him do the math side of it, or the problem solving types of things that go along with math, I guess.
Yeah, I just don't want the other kids to feel like he's having an advantage because, I mean, they have to learn it, so I feel like he should have to learn it. And I don't know, maybe there's ways that other teachers could give him tools like to use besides a calculator.
Right. What if we would do maybe on each of his assignments, rather than giving him a calculator on each of his assignments, either make less problems or add some of those review problems and simple addition, subtraction, those problems he's struggling with at the beginning of every one, so that kind of gets him into the groove and reminds him how to do it before he goes into the other stuff. Do you think that would be a possible solution?
Yeah. Have you had any other past students that you've tried this with?
No, a lot of my students honestly use calculators. A lot of them, it helps. Their scores are improving, and like you're saying that, I don't want it to be an unfair thing. I don't look at it as unfair. I look at it more as he needs these tools for it to be fair for him to be as successful as other students. Other students have those tools already, They don't have these struggles that he does, so give him these tools to make it fair and make him at the same level as the rest of the students. So no, I haven't tried these other things with other students, but maybe it wouldn't hurt to try it with Jimmy and see if it works, and if it doesn't, we can meet again and kind of go from there. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I guess, we could try it. Maybe we could brainstorm some other ways, to incorporate it in also so he's not fully relying on the calculator.
Right.
Or, I don't know, any other ways, maybe working with other students would help him, or...
That could definitely be a possibility, or maybe I, as the Sped teacher, could pull him for, a 10-minute point in each day and just work on math facts, and work on those basic problems that he struggles with, and kind of give him a little extra practice and see if that helps.
Alright, yeah, that sounds good. I guess, do we need to look at parent involvement or anything else concerning this?
I would think that'd be a great idea. The parents should always be involved. It wouldn't hurt. I can send her an email if you'd like, or you can or do you want to meet? Should we meet in person?
We could probably set up a time to meet with them. I just don't want to go either way without them knowing, I guess.
Right. I completely agree with you 100%. That should have been the first thing we probably did. I guess, just thinking now, can you think of any other ways other than just working with students? What else can we do for him? Is it just math that he's having these struggles?
Right. Yeah, it's just the larger problems that he needs the calculators help with, that he just isn't able to work through on his own.
Right. Is it math facts that he's struggling with? That's the way I understood it. Or is it more putting processes together and figuring out which operation to use in certain
Sometimes
areas?
both. I guess for the processes, we could make a step-by-step list,
Right.
some sort of checklist maybe
Yeah,
that
that'd
he
be
could
great.
use to assist
I
him.
think that would benefit him incredibly. A checklist would be awesome.
Otherwise, yeah, just the calculator and like maybe have specific steps saying like you can use your calculator here or
Right.
things like that. Or if you want to work with him and like specifically tell him like this is where you would use your calculator for assistance.
What if on some of those bigger problems, if we would have him write out what he's doing, write out his work, but just use the calculator to solve it? So let's say it was a problem where he needed to multiply 5 times 2 and then add 3 to it. If he would write the 5 times 2 and then that answer 10 plus 3.
Right. Yeah, that way he would still be getting all the steps and we'd see
Right.
like he knows how to do it, he's just not able to actually complete that himself.
Right. Do you think that might be a possibility?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Glad we met.
And I think, yeah, the next step that we need to do is just contact the parents. And I guess I need to figure out ways to let other kids know if they start asking about his being able to use a calculator.
Right, and that's
but
something
I
I
will
can
say.
go back and kind of think about and brainstorm ideas, kind of maybe email you with some thoughts on ways to answer those questions, because I do understand where you're coming from in that sense. You don't want kids to think it's unfair. That's
Right.
completely understandable.
And like you've made some really good points. Like I understand where you're coming from and his help with the calculator. And so now it's just like the concern where other people may be
Right.
teasing him or
Right.
thinking it's unfair.
Right. And I don't typically, when I work with kids one-on-one, I don't typically get those questions from other students.
Right.
But I guess in the way I answered it and like I tried to answer it to you, I think that we're giving him the tools he needs to succeed. Other kids don't always need those tools because their brain is the tool they need to succeed. If he doesn't have all that, that's a tool he needs to succeed. So that's kind of the way I look at it. But again, like you said, not all kids are going to agree with that or think that's fair. So that's definitely a concern we can brainstorm at another time. But it's been so great. Thank you for being so flexible and meeting with me.
No problem.